warned. The member for Corangamite has the call.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Will the Prime Minister explain to the House how the 3 free trade agreements delivered by the government will help businesses in my electorate and right around the country gain access to new markets?
I call the Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Madam Speaker, what a great question from a great local member that was, Madam Speaker. What a great question, because she understands that trade means jobs and more trade means more jobs here in Australia. Now, Madam Speaker, for 6 years, members opposite were talking about free trade agreements and they delivered almost nothing. But, Madam Speaker, after years and years of talk from members opposite, within 12 months, the Minister for Trade, he had the trade trifecta. Free trade agreements with Japan, with Korea, with China, free trade agreements covering 61% of our merchandise exports, and what that means is better markets for Australian farmers, better markets for Australian manufacturers and lower prices for Australian consumers. Now, Madam Speaker, the free trade agreement with Japan came into force on the 15th of January. It provides much better access for our key agricultural products, beef, cheese, horticulture and wine, and it's a great windfall for Australian beef, by far our biggest agricultural export to Japan. It's a $1.4 billion trade now, and tariffs come down from almost 40% to under 20% as a result of this deal. The free trade agreement with Korea means that cars are cheaper already in this country. The free trade agreement with China, Madam Speaker, means that when it's fully in place, 93% of our exports will go into China absolutely duty-free. Now, Madam Speaker, all of this means giving our manufacturers, it means giving our exporters a competitive advantage that they did not previously have. And last week I was at Buller Dairy Foods. Buller Dairy Foods in Colac with the member for Corangamite. This is a 100-year-old Australian family company, now employing 500 people. Thanks to the free trade agreement, Buller Dairy Foods will have a 10 to 19% competitive advantage in its deals with China that it doesn't have. The Australian Lamb Company in Colac, again, a local business employing 400 people under these free trade agreements. Sheep meat to China is duty-free, sheep meat to Japan is duty-free, and as a result of these deals, Australian Lamb Company is putting on 25 more staff. That's good news from this government for the people of Colac. What we're on about is a stronger economy with more prosperous businesses, more jobs and happier families. That's what this government is delivering.
I call the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.